Hey everybody, how you doing? And welcome back to Sway. All right, so damn, damn. A lot of shit's going on. A lot of shit is going on. First and foremost, professional wrestler Joseph Laurinaitis, aka Animal from the Road Warriors, or the Legion of Doom, depending on what, how you knew the tag team. He passed away, so now both Hawk and Animal are wrestling. And some of you don't give a shit, you don't care as far as the wrestling part because you're not a wrestling fan. But those of you that are wrestling fans, and people who have spent time in professional wrestling like myself, you care a lot. It's a fellow brother. It's a fellow brother. Uh, Another fellow brother who passed away. So, and for those of you that are not wrestling fans, you do care for another reason because he's a fellow human being. Another fellow human being passed away, and you may not know who this person is or the great work that he did, but I can just attest for my own testimony that he was a great person. Um, did a lot of wonderful work with different charities within many communities. All right, so many of you know what's going on with a lot of different things, right? Here in the state of Connecticut, okay, I I don't give a shit if people know that I'm in the state of Connecticut, but here in the state of Connecticut, there's a recent incident that happened, and it's in a town not too far away from me. It's actually in the capital city, Hartford, which is not too far away from me. I don't live in Hartford, but it's not that far away from me. And it's crazy because in some form or another, I'm connected to it. Not to this incident, but to the people involved. Uh, Not directly connected, but indirectly connected through people that I know. Now, there has been a lot of talk about defunding the police. Basically the whole BLM thing going on, right? And if you haven't been paying attention to the news or to any other media, even if it's alternative media, whatever, I mean, it's pretty much all over the place with the BLM movement and, excuse me, with the BLM movement as well as, everything with the Breonna Taylor incident, with the Philando Castillo incident, with the George Floyd incident, and those are just a couple to name. But here in the state of Connecticut, there was an incident in where police stopped a woman. Police stopped a woman, an African American woman, a black woman. Uh, Her car was reported stolen, and in fact, it wasn't stolen. It was her car. Um, there's a lot of details into this. You see, I don't usually comment about certain things because and it's not that I don't care about it or whatever. It's just that you're gonna have people on both sides that are passionate uh, to a very extreme level. I know a lot of people that are definitely on the left side that are passionate on an extreme level where they're not, they are not, let's put it this way. both people, all the people on both sides that take it to an extreme level, they do not listen. That's the best way I can put it. They do not listen. They don't listen to the other side talk. They don't That's why I'm glad I'm in the middle. And like I've said before, I've never hidden this. I've said this many times. I'm happily in the middle when it comes to politics, when it comes to every situation, as with what's happening, with every situation that's happening. The only thing that I'm definitely 1,000% a little passionate and in for, and it'll be within my own spiritual faith, my own spiritual beliefs. I'm 100%. Although even though I have compassion for other people. I do have compassion for other people. I do respect other beliefs. I do, whether I agree or disagree, it doesn't matter.
I don't care.
I still have respect for everybody. It doesn't matter what your spiritual beliefs are or what your political beliefs are, whatever. It doesn't matter to me. Like I said, so as far as like my spiritual beliefs, that's the only thing that I'm like 100% gung ho passionate on, and like but I do still try to list because of the fact that I respect other people, and I respect other people's religious beliefs and their reasons and whatever. I do listen. I'm not somebody that's passionate and just doesn't listen. So when it comes to all this stuff that's going on, you have people, you have people like me in the middle, right, where we try to get all the information possible. We try to listen to everybody. We try to just get the big picture of what's really going on. And then you have people on the left and you have people on the right where they don't listen to shit. They do not listen to a damn thing, and they will just they're like a wild boar. They just attack, right? A wild boar. What does a wild boar do? And they just attack. If they feel threatened, the first thing they do, they head straight forward and attack with their tusk, right? And then you know, a smart predator will pay attention and move and knows when to attack, knows when to move. So you're gonna have the wild boars, right? You're gonna have the wild boars and on both sides. That the first thing they do, they attack head. They attack head forward. They don't care. They don't pay attention. They're just like a boar, right? And that on both sides. And then you also have your the smart predators on both sides, and where they're paying attention to the wild boar attacking, and then they catch it, kill it. There you go. Um, and you see that every day in life. You see that every day in life. Whether it's politics, religion, whatever. And excuse me as I have my trusty Coca-Cola. But okay, so you have those people. They just attack. It happens every day in life, on everything. On a street fight. You're gonna have people. They're just gonna attack like a wild boar. They're not paying attention, and Now me, being trained in karate, being trained in boxing and amateur wrestling, being a former pro wrestler. I think with the best things that I learned from karate and boxing, right? Karate and boxing was look at your opponent's eyes, right? First things first, don't get into a fight. Fighting is just for self-defense only. But if you have to fight, be aware of your surroundings, pay attention. And I think most martial arts will cover that. They'll tell you, be aware of your surroundings and pay attention. Okay. Uh, and there's been times I've been in fights. I've been in fights. I didn't want to be in a fight. That's one thing. I don't want to fight. I don't know. But if a fight comes to me, I'm gonna pay attention. I'm gonna look dead straight in their eye, pay attention, see what their next move is, and you know what I mean. Again, that's somebody like me in the middle. Okay. And what happens in that fight is that this person, like a wild boar, starts running at me and charging at me, whatever, and you can easily take them down. So that's what happens. That's what happens. And it's just, since I'm talking about what's happening, what the situation that's happening currently, that's what's happening in the world politically and with what's going on with the BLM movement and all this, that, and the other. Okay, I'm just okay. I know, I know certain people, and I've said this before. I personally know certain people that they'll say, "Oh yeah, I get all the information, blah blah blah," but they're not. But the first thing they do, they want to spew the propaganda of whatever side they're on. You know, because you have propaganda on both sides. You have propaganda on the left. You have propaganda on the right. And if you're not listening, if you're not paying attention, you're not really watching. You're not really watching then what's happening. Freaking you're only listening to the propaganda. You're only listening to the propaganda. You're not paying attention to everything. Unfortunately, in my life, there's more people on the left than on the right. It's not really, but whatever, it's and in the situation that happened, I personally saw the body cam footage from the police officers that Hartford PD they placed on YouTube. I saw the cell phone footage of about two or three different phones, and in this situation, okay, and in this situation, it was not a case of police brutality. It was not a case of police racism or whatever. It's Hartford. It's like the most diverse city in the state. Okay. Um, the woman involved in the situation. I mean, the police officers. They were trying to de-escalate the situation, and it's crazy. It's crazy that what really pisses me off is that certain people that I know who, again, this is how I say I'm indirectly affected, is because the people that I know personally know the person uh, that was involved. So that's why I say I'm indirectly connected. So these people, they're saying they're saying they're talking all this bullshit about, well, the police should have de-escalated. Well, I saw the footage. They were trying to de-escalate the situation. They were trying to calm the person down. They were trying to calm the woman down. Say, okay, we don't know what's going on. They admitted it on camera. They said, then we don't know we don't know what the fuck's going on. We don't know why your vehicle is coming as stolen. We don't know. But can help us out? Let me get your license registration. We can to confirm all this shit even more, and we'll take your name off of this. Okay, that's what they were trying to do, and I hear it repeatedly, repeatedly, repeatedly. But this woman was she was screaming, yelling, whatever, you know, not even trying to have a conversation with the guys. She was just screaming and yelling, like, okay. In the end, she did something stupid, uh, and where they're trying to help her out. Okay, the police officers were trying to help her out to clear up any misinformation that they have, right? But in the end, she ended up trying to get to car to leave. They told her, no, don't leave because we want to help. Basically they're saying, don't leave. We want to try to help you out. Just give us a minute. But she wasn't listening. She kept escalating the situation to the point where they had to put her in cuffs. Okay. Um, in this situation, now I've seen other I've come when it comes down to other situation. Remember, every situation is different, right? Every incident is different. Some incidents you have the police officers escalating the situation, making things worse. In other incidences, you have the person, whether they're a suspect or not, whether they're a witness or not, whatever. They're the ones escalating the situation, right? Every incident is different. You can't generalize every incident just because there was one bad incident where a police officer escalated the situation, uh, whether it was because it was racially motivated or whatever, right? You can't do that. Just like again, you can't condemn a whole group of people just because of a rotten few. Is that simple? But in this situation, compared to other ones that I've seen, now I haven't commented on other ones because it doesn't affect me because I don't live in those states. But I'm just commenting on this. Excuse me. I'm just commenting on this one because it is in my state, and with the way shit's going on, it's gonna affect me one way or the other. So in this situation, I have to give the credits to the police officer for keeping their calm, keeping their cool throughout the whole situation. Now, here's my thing. The one thing I don't understand is why there were so many police officers. I really don't understand why there were so many police officers. Um, Now, even the body cam footage doesn't even show from the initial contact. But I'm gonna give the benefit of the doubt to the police officers in which where they're just trying to protect themselves, so that way there's multiple body cameras and nobody can say shit. Like they're holding themselves accountable. So I'll give them the benefit of that, at least in this situation. Again, like I said, when it came down to it, Hartford has a diverse population. I was born and raised in Hartford. I grew up in Hartford. It has a diverse population. You have. I think you have more black and Hispanic police officers in Hartford than most other cities. I've seen a couple of Asians in there. um, Now, so again, I'm just saying ahead of time. I think Hartford PDD did an excellent job. I did, Again, Connecticut is a Democratic state. Connecticut is a Democratic state, and where the left is in control. right? In control. And many of the police officers, in Connecticut, they see what's going on in the news. They see what's going on in the news. And this is just from my own experience and actually speaking with a lot of different police officers and actually um, getting the chance to hear that side of things. Because of things that are going on, one thing about Connecticut, police mainly in certain cities and towns. I can't speak for every police department in the state, but they're always training. They're always taking different courses on making sure that a citizen's rights are being protected, making sure that a citizen's rights are being observed. And now again, I can't speak for the whole state, but from my experience from um, just in general from speaking with police officers, having a police officer in my family, and my cousin is a police officer, and just firsthand knowledge, of what does happen, what does happen. Um, at least, so I know at least in Hartford, right? They're always training and whatever. So, but again, I got to commend Hartford PD for the way they handled it. People are not going. A lot of people, they're still not gonna give them credit. They're not go. It's really a shame. But with that being said, the people that I know on the left who are, I mean, they're protesting, marching, and whatever. And now I get it that some have had bad experiences with certain things. I understand that. I'm sensitive to that. But you can't condemn a group of people for the bullshit of a few.
2 hours later.
You can't condemn, right? You can't condemn one group of people, one entire group of people, for the stupidity and bullshit of a small few. But people need to be held accountable in these situations. You have to hold everybody accountable, whoever was in the wrong. Whether it's the police officers or the people in question that were pulled over, arrested, whatever, right? You have to hold everybody accountable. Um, Unfortunately, and I'm not gonna say this about the whole leftist side, right? I'm not gonna say this about, again, practice what you preach, right? So if I say that you cannot condemn one group of people for the stupidity and the bullshit of a small group, I mean it, okay? But I will tell you from my own experience, from my own experiences in speaking with and seeing Facebook posts on people that I've known them since, either since I was a kid or since my 20s, right? It is a shame that they themselves do not want to hold people accountable who are wrong. They only want to condemn one group.
I don't want to settle, Mr. Reed. You convinced me yesterday. I'm the victim here. I'm starved for affection. I'm driven into the arms of another man. 7. Yeah, whatever. With the story you came up with, I don't think we can lose. I want to proceed.
They want to condemn one group, and they try to make up excuses, try to make up some bullshit crap saying, oh, well, this shouldn't have happened. Well, this shouldn't have. I'm like, look, the police were, everybody around them are going back to the video, okay? Everybody, okay, and this, I did not even say anything in the post that they posted. Okay? I did not. I did not. But everybody else who's part of the group, the Facebook group that this person that I personally have known since my 20s, right? They're saying, look, we've seen the videos. It's not the police officer's fault. It's not the police officer's fault. It's not the police officer's fault. But this person was like, again, trying to make excuses for the person that was in the wrong. Was like, well, if police pulled me over saying, if a police officer pulls me over saying that my car was reported stolen, I'll be pissed off too. I'll be crazy too. I'll be driving on the sidewalk too. And you know what? The crazy shit is that I've known them as long as I've known them. Yeah, they would do that. Guess what? You're in the wrong too. You're in the wrong too if you do that. The police officers did not escalate the situation, and in this case, I'm not, again, in this case, and as an example, the police officers did not escalate the situation. The person whose car was reported stolen did. Now, if this person would have stayed calm, remained calm, just helped the police officers to figure it out, the police officers would have left. That simple. But if you're going to have that attitude, is that, that this person that I know has and says, well, if it was me, I would have done the same thing. I would have been driving all on the sidewalk and blah, blah, blah. Then you would have been putting been putting, okay, if this woman did that, she would have been putting her child in danger. She would have been putting innocent bystanders on the sidewalk in danger, and so that's the wrong attitude to have as well. Wrong is wrong. Whoever is doing it, I don't fucking care. I don't care if it's coming from. I don't care if it's coming from the police department, from the mayor's office, from the governor's office, or the regular citizen. Wrong is wrong. Whoever is doing it.
Oh, I'm such a shit.
There's no excusing it. There is no excusing it at all whatsoever. Wrong is wrong. And if you're that type of person that'll be freaking out, I mean, I understand freaking out. I understand being nervous. They're like, what you mean? Whatever. I can understand the initial yelling. What you mean my car is stolen? This is my car. But if the police officers are there and they're trying to explain things to you, and they're telling you, hey, can you please help us out so we can clear the situation, we can take your name off the fucking hit list, whatever, or hot sheets, or as one officer put it. Okay, then calm down, stop yelling. Yeah, be pissed off that your car's reported stolen. I'm not, but clear it out. That simple. I don't know where. Some people in general, and this happens on both sides, the right and the left. You just can't get through to them. You can't.
Holy hell!
You can't get through to them. You just can't. You can't. Not with logic, not with emotion. You can't get through to them. They're gonna say whatever they're gonna say. They're gonna do whatever they're gonna do. They're not gonna listen. They're not going to actually pay attention. They're just gonna, like that wild boar, just attack. Just attack, 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 attack. Eventually, it's gonna end up where whoever it is, again, right or left, it doesn't fucking matter. right or left, is going to end up with somebody getting hurt.
I'm getting what I deserve. I'm reaping what I sow.
We have to be wise. We have to be wise in what we do. Somewhere down the line, wisdom was thrown in the toilet by a lot of people. Not everybody, but by a lot of people. Somewhere down the line, wisdom was thrown into the toilet. And instead of getting all the information possible to come to their own conclusion, they were drinking the Kool-Aid. Again, it doesn't matter right or left, it doesn't matter. It's on both sides. Where instead of coming to their own conclusion, getting information, they were drinking the Kool-Aid, being blinded. Now, yes, is racism a problem? Yes, it is a problem. And if I say anything different, I'll be lying or I'll be stupid. Racism is a problem. Is it a worthy cause to fight for? Yes, it is. Is police brutality is it something that's real? Yes, it is. Police brutality is real, and it doesn't matter who they attack. It doesn't matter if they're white, black, Hispanic, Asian, Middle Eastern, whatever. It doesn't matter. Police brutality is real. It does happen. Is it a worthy cause to fight for? Yes, it is. These are worthy causes to fight for, but we have to fight for it with wisdom. Not passion alone, not passion and emotion alone, but we have to fight it with wisdom. And if you cannot use wisdom, you're not going to go anywhere. You're going to get stuck. You're going to get stuck fighting the same damn battle and not get anywhere. You're not. Wasn't it Einstein that said that the definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over and over again, expecting the same results? When all you're using is passion and emotion to fight the fight, you're gonna keep fighting it the same way, not get anywhere. You're gonna expect change, but not get anywhere. But if you use wisdom, if you listen, actually fucking listen, and I mean actually fucking listen, pay attention to everything. And I'm talking to both sides. Pay attention. Listen. Come to an agreement on the things you do agree with, obviously. Because both sides, they do have things that they do agree upon. They just don't know because they're not fucking listening to each other. And then the things that they don't agree on, they can have a healthy discussion and debate with facts. Not with emotion, but with actual facts. They can argue and counter argue. And then at the end of the day, they will come to a conclusion, whether they come to an agreement on certain things they don't agree with, or even if it's just to agree to disagree, but still be willing to work together. You will see things even more clear.
What is wrong with you people? we could work together. Why be enemies? Because we're different? Is that why?
You'll find new solutions. You'll find new solutions on how to fight for your worthy causes. It's that simple. But if nobody's listening to each other, nobody's listening, then shit, you're fucked. You're all fucked. And then because of the fact that you're not listening to each other, and people like me in the middle who's actually trying to make progress with other like-minded people, we're all fucked because we're stuck in your bullshit, in the middle of your bullshit. And if this side win one battle, we gotta suffer. If this side wins one battle, we gotta suffer. Everybody fucking suffers because you don't want to fucking listen. You got both sides that don't listen and they do stupid shit. And then everybody has to suffer. And then future generations have to suffer because these two sides, they don't want to fucking listen. They, even if they say, hey, let's talk. If you say something that they disagree with, guess what?
You want to play hardball? I'm game.
Here comes divorce. And again, nobody's listening. Nothing gets done. Now, don't get me wrong. You have people on the left. That, yes, they're passionate about the left, but they're willing to listen and have a civil discussion and a civil conversation, and they change their opinions accordingly based on fact. The right is the same thing. You have some people on the right, okay? Some people on the right that they do listen. They listen, they pay attention, and they change their opinions accordingly based on facts. But these people on the right and the left are few and far between. There's more attention being given to the crazy people on the left and the crazy people on the right. Not enough attention is being given to people in the middle and the people on the right and the left that are actually trying to listen to each other and get all the information and trying to have a discussion. It's like, didn't we all graduate high school already? And I'm talking about those that are older. If you're in high school, you're in high school, but I'm saying those of us that graduated, and actually, right? Didn't we graduate high school already? Didn't we graduate college? Didn't we do something? Aren't we supposed to be adults and actually, be above all of this childish bullshit? Like, damn, man. Anyway, these are my thoughts for today. I don't know. I figure I make a quick video on it. But hey, if you like my comment, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, share the hell out of it. And remember, I love you all. Peace.